She opened the fridge without thinking. Not because she needed anything, not because her body asked, but because it was there. The light spilled onto the kitchen floor like it always did, quiet, familiar, almost comforting. She stood there in her socks, one hip leaned against the counter, scanning shelves she already knew by heart. Leftovers, containers, snacks she didn't even remember buying. She closed the door, then opened it again. Not hunger, but habit. She checked the clock on the microwave, 8:47 p.m. Dinner had been hours ago. A real dinner, too. Enough for sure. But something in her body didn't feel quite finished. Or maybe something in her mind wasn't. She pulled out a small container and set it on the counter. Didn't even sit down, just stood there, fork in hand, scrolling on her phone with the other. Bite, swipe, bite, swipe, bite, swipe. She barely tasted it. Halfway through, she paused, fork hovering. The realization landed strangely. Not guilty, just factual. She leaned against the counter and exhaled. She tried to remember the last time she had actually felt hunger. Not boredom, not stress, not the urge to chew something while thinking, but real hunger. A quiet signal from the body that says, now. She couldn't remember. She ate when it was time. She ate because it was there. She ate because the day had been long. She ate because stopping simply felt uncomfortable. Food had become punctuation. End of the day. Pause between task. Reward. Distraction. She wasn't overeating in some dramatic way. She was just always eating. She set the fork down and stared at the container. This wasn't about willpower. She knew that now. This was about noise. Her body had been speaking quietly for a long time, and she had been responding to everything except hunger. She closed the container and put it back in the fridge. Not as a rule, not as a test, just as an experiment. She walked into the living room and sat on the couch, hands resting in her lap. And for the first time in years, she waited. The waiting felt strange, almost intimate. Her body shifted slightly, her breath slowed, and something subtle happened. Nothing dramatic. No craving spike, no panic, just a gentle awareness. Her stomach wasn't asking for food. It was asking for attention. She smiled, a small one, because she realized something important had been feeding everything except hunger. And this is the place that I want to speak to you. because I know this story very well. And if it feels familiar to you too, I want to tell you that you're not broken and you didn't lose control. You weren't ignoring your body. You simply were never taught the difference between hunger and everything else, between appetite and anxiety, between nourishment and numbing. Hunger is quieter than you think. It doesn't rush. It doesn't shout. It waits. And when you give yourself permission to wait, your body remembers how to speak again. Later that night, she felt it. Gentle, clear, undeniable. Hunger. She returned to the kitchen. This time, the light felt different. She chose simply, sat down, ate slowly. Halfway through, she noticed something new, that she was actually enjoying it. And when she felt full, she stopped. She stopped eating. No argument, no rules, just listening. She leaned back in her chair and laughed quietly. Not because it was funny, but because it was possible. That night, she stepped into a new frequency. She went to bed calm, not full, not empty, aligned. Yeah. So if this story felt familiar, if you've been eating without hunger, if you've been ready to reconnect with your body's natural signals, I want you to experience Eat Only When Hungry, an SSAP self-hypnosis auditory session designed to restore trust with your body and respond to hunger with calm and clarity. If you want to experience how this works, you'll find it in the description, or you can meet me at SSAPmethod.com and experience it for yourself. A real voice, real solutions based on real principles.